I got the hiccups today, everybody. Oh, there should be sound now. Oh my God, I can't believe that happened. See, what did I say about dangle clacks today? I said there was going to be some dangle clacks today. I'm just going to wait for it to catch up. What a way to start the year, damn it. Let's just, hi, welcome to the GrimmGreen YouTube channel. We just start things off with no audio, just dangle clacks right out of the gate. Yeah, the mic, I've found, Chunkmeister, that the microphone does work much better when you're, when it's on, you know, when it's not, when it's on. Yeah, it's like a 20-second, it's like a 50-second delay. I was saying something very important, and I'm not going to repeat it. Let me just start over. Welcome to the Monday afternoon build stream, you guys. We're starting 2021 off right here on the GrimmGreen YouTube. We do this every Monday, and we're going to be doing some mouth-to-lung RTAs now. I appreciate that, Rising Phoenix. I was talking about, you cracked a joke earlier in the chat, and it was funny. It was cracking me up, buddy. Cracking me up. But welcome, you guys. Thanks for coming to hang out. We're just going to do a little bit of building today, and I've been focusing on really intensely on mouth-to-lung stuff. The whole 2-week break that I was gone, really all I was vaping was mouth-to-lung stuff. I had one type 2, and other than that type 2, it was just mouth-to-lung stuff. And so a lot of that mouth-to-lung love kind of started. Let me pull these back a little bit right here. This is the newest Kayfun. This is the Kayfun Lite 2019, Kayfun Lite Plus 2020, or maybe now it's the 2021. I'm not 100% sure. Kayfun Lite Plus 2021. It's the one with the adjustable airflow. So really, we're going to be focusing a little bit more on that one today. We're going to be building it, but I do have another lineup here of mouth-to-lung RTAs. We got the little ether guy right here. That's from Bogan. We did a build stream for that before. We have a Pioneer right here. It's okay. We've done a build stream for this before. And we got a dwarf mouth-to-lung. And that's okay. We've done a build stream for this before. But what we're doing today, the point of all of this, breeze tones. I don't know if you see these coils that I have right here. The point of all of this today is, I don't know, just to goof off with mouth to lung. Like I said, over the break, all I vaped was mouth to lung. And I've been on a big mouth-to-lung kick, and so I wanted to get some mouth-to-lung RTAs out and going, you know? The majority of the stuff that sits over here is all lungy stuff. It's all RTAs, RDAs, drippers, and the such as. But I've been on such a big mouth-to-lung kick lately that I just want more mouth-to-lungs. So that's what we're going to be doing today. Happy New Year to you, Sparks and Fly. Happy New Year, Addy Tooney. Happy New Year, Sith Walker. Happy New Year, Chunkmeister. We're just hitting the ground running 2021. Feels like we never even left, you know? Feels like this is just where we've been. We've been here. I've been right here on YouTube. That's not true. I haven't been. But let's dig into this. The first thing we're going to do is build this Kayfun. That's how we're going to start this off. We're going to be building this Kayfun here. We're going to go over it kind of, you know, like we do. We're going to do a little rundown. Let me adjust my camera just a little bit. This is going to happen. Shout out to Bearded Viking Customs for the atomizer stands. This is my Stormtrooper guy. Bearded Viking, proudly made in South Africa. And he makes awesome Addy stands, and I use them constantly. This is the Kayfun Lite Plus 2019. And really, what you're looking at is the Kayfun Lite from last year. The deck is the same. The cap is the same. The only new things are the airflow pin, which we'll get into in a second. And now it has this sort of O-ringed beauty ring on top. It's literally nothing. It's just a little ring that has the Svoimesto logo on it. And that's it. And it just sits on top right there. Adds a style to it, you know? Adds style, Neferon. It is a peak drip tip on the Pioneer there. That's a peak insulator drip tip, if my camera likes to focus. I just like the diameter of it, and that's something we're going to touch on as well here in mouth to lung build stream. I've been mouth to lunging like my whole life, and so I get very peculiar and particular about things. Clear drip tip, clear bell cap. Unfortunately, it retains the same filling system of the old Kayfuns, and unfortunately, it retains the same obnoxious O-ring as the other Kayfuns. There's this one O-ring on Kayfuns that I can't stand, and it's this one, right here at the top of the chimney. Man, that is just a pain in the ass O-ring, in my opinion. When you're screwing this down, it's really easy. I'll try to do it poorly to give you an example, but the O-ring squishes out the side constantly. Let's see if I can get this to happen. You have to push the O-ring in flat and then find the threads. And if you don't push the O-ring in flat, you can see right there, there's some O-ring just kind of gooping out the side. It's not in there square. That's just going to lead to leaking because the O-ring isn't in there right. You have to get this O-ring flat and press it in there flat as you possibly can. Sorry, it's not in focus. And then find the threads, and then you can get that O-ring tucked up in there. That is really my biggest gripe with any of these new Kayfuns, is that top chimney O-ring. It's a bummer. I've tried to vape it when it's all gushed out the side. It just sucks. You have to get it in there square, and you have to screw it down. But otherwise, that's where you're going to fill it from. The deck, not going to be a whole lot of surprises here. This is the Kayfun deck. You see those two holes in the bottom where your wicks are going to go? It's where it's going to touch your liquid. Same Phillips head screws. There's the little, I don't even know what those are called. What would you call those? Hooks. They're like little hook walls for hooking your leads on there, for keeping them against your posts and your screws there. Now I've taken the airflow pin out because the airflow pin, it's not much to write home about, man. This is what it is. Let's see if I can get it to focus. This is the airflow pin. Look, it's just this tiny little machined thing. It's going to thread in with an O-ring on the bottom, and then there's 3 channels cut into it. You see these 3 channels cut into it? There's 1, there's 2. Those channels are where your airflow is going to travel up to your coil, and then this little nipply nubbin on the end, that's what's going to actually go into your airflow hole in the middle there and sort of choke it off, because ideally with a mouth to lung, one of the things that makes these great mouth to lung RTAs is the choke point of the airflow needs to be right underneath the coil. I considered getting the Cograta out as well today, but decided ultimately that I don't like the Cograta. I don't like vaping it. I don't like using it. So it's not going to be out here today, but the Cograta did it really well by putting that airflow restriction right underneath the coil. You get the best mouth to lung that way. Adjusting your airflow on the exterior AFC ring does very little for the actual quality of your mouth to lung. So we're going to put this in the bottom. There's just some O-rings, and this doesn't need to be protruding in order to make a connection. You can see that there's the positive is insulated in between. So it already has a positive post in there. This is literally just the airflow, and it doesn't even stick out the bottom. Another gripe I have with the Kayfun, whatever this is, the Kayfun Lite Plus 2021. KFLP Plus. The KFLP Plus, the flathead screw right here on this airflow is just the tiniest little flathead the tiniest little flathead, even with my tiny Coil Master screwdriver that's basically like a knife edge on there, I have a hard time screwing this in and out. It's just difficult. It constantly slips out of the little, of the little notch. So let's try to do this. Come on, microphone. Don't fail me now. So we're going to try to put this in here. And this is a very much, you can see that this blade of this screwdriver does not seat down in there. You need like a knife edge to screw this down, or you need to get this in there and apply a fuck ton of pressure to screw this down. This is an adjust to how you like it airflow. There's no markings. You can't go, oh, I'm going to put 2 holes open of airflow on the outside AFC ring, and that's where I'll set it. There is no visual representation of your airflow. It's purely based on how it feels. So we press hard, we screw this in, and now you can kind of see it coming up through the center there. And the higher you screw it, the more and more it's going to choke off your airflow and give you that real nice tight mouth to lung, which we've never really experienced on a Kayfun before, man. Kayfuns traditionally have a very open mouth to lung. It's one of the things that led me to enjoying really open mouth to lungs. But let's build this Kayfun. I don't know why I'm building it on the mix. This is probably the worst decision I could have made. I want to run it on the mix. I just don't want to build it on the mix. So we'll build it on the Foxy One. Right now, the Foxy One is sitting with that Typhon GT, the Aspire Nautilus mini coil heads that go in here. Here's what I'll say about this real quick. The Aspire Nautilus mini coil heads are banging. This tank, not super banging. It does not choke off the air underneath your coils. It chokes off the air, unfortunately, on your external AFC, which translates into a very mediocre of a mouth to lung, unfortunately. But those Nautilus mini coil heads, they're flavor bangers. Okay. I apologize. If I have my glasses off, I can't see the chat. The chat. I must have been drunk when I put that sticker on. I don't have those. These are the only ones that I have, Breeze Tones. These are the mouth to lung coils that I have that I can find. So we're going to use them today. 2.5 millimeter, I think it's going to work really well on the Kayfun. So like I said, welcome to the world's longest build stream. So like I said, we're not only going to build this up real quick, we're also going to give a little bit of a spit shine to some of these other RTAs, and we're going to wick them as well. And the first thing we have to do is build. So unfortunately, the glasses come off. You must have been drunk when you put this when you put this sticker on. Is it too crooked? I love the Foxy One too, Billy. I really like it. Bob, Wintergreen Lifesaver and DIY, Citadel, Aegis Max. That sounds great. A Pioneer. No, a peach lemonade in your Pioneer. I want a peach lemonade in my Pioneer. For consistency purposes, the liquid that we're going to be using today is just a very standard issue blueberry liquid. One of the guys that I kind of came up with in the vape scene, Adam, him and his buddies, they started Niquid. And they sell very standard issue blueberry. You want a blueberry liquid? Niquid's got you. This is a blueberry. It does contain nicotine. And as far as I know, this particular Niquid blueberry does have a PMTA in on it. So that's what we're going to be using for the sake of consistency. I want, the blueberry flavor across the board to be as similar as possible, right? Excluding the fact that some of these are going to have aliens in them, and 2 of them are just going to have round wire. So, you know what? We'll deal with that when we get there. We'll cross that bridge when we get there. But let's put a quick build in this little Kayfun guy. Now, I don't know how far these screws can come out. Let's actually get this centered on here. Oh, dang, pretty far. That seems to be the edge of the thread right there. So I'm going to put it back in a little bit. These come out pretty far. That's the edge of the thread right there. So I'm just going to put that in a little bit. But you can see it's kind of got those little wire capture. I don't even know what you call them. Clips, things, dealies, doodads. Let's put a coil on here. I might have to remove a wrap, Breeze Tones. I might be removing a wrap rather than adding. Yeah, definitely removing. Removing a wrap. Definitely removing, because on a Kayfun, you need to have this coil configuration so that one lead goes off in one direction, one lead goes off in the other direction. I'm going to remove yet another wrap, Breeze Tones. This is a big coil for this little Kayfun, man. Is that going to completely mess with my... You're sweating right now? Don't sweat, Breeze Tones. You make good coils, dude. You got nothing to worry about. You got nothing to worry about, bro. Let's see if we can get these in here now. Barely. This might be too big of a fit. I don't know how this can be a mouth to lung coil, Breeze Tones. That's a honking coil. And I physically, it's too big for this Kayfun. Even removing 2 wraps, it's still too big. It's still way too wide to fit in here. Look at that. That's a monster. I don't think I can remove another wrap and still have it be a functional coil. A 3 wrap? I've never heard of a 3 wrap coil before. I mean, we can try to force this. Shit. Let's try to force it. You think we can force this? I don't think we can force this. What up, Egal? Just struggling to build a Kayfun. Yeah, I don't think we can force this. That is ginormous. Look at the size of that coil in there. That is too ginormous for this Kayfun. 2.5 millimeter, Breeze Tones? It's a little too big. At least for this Kayfun in particular, Breeze Tones. At least for this Kayfun. I thought these are the only mouth to lung coils I have from you, Breeze Tones. I think. Yep. 5 wrap aliens. Hang on. Nope. Tricore aliens. Nope. Well, let's see if AJ Holland can do this. See if AJ Holland can fit the... nothing against Breeze Tones. Nothing against you, Breeze Tones. I love you, and your coils are stellar coils. I just think 2.5 millimeters, bit too big. Yep, see, this is going to work so much better. Holy crap, so much better. Need to get some of them new aliens. New aliens, man. So we're just going to screw this first lead down. This should not be taking me as long as it is. But it's harder to do things on camera. You guys you can sit in your house and you go, oh, I'm good at building. This is easy and fast. And then you get on YouTube and you're like, hi, I don't know what I'm doing and I don't know how to build. This is still going to be a little bit of a stretch to fit this in here. And I'm sorry I'm not watching the chat. Did Breeze Tones leave? Is he mad? Don't be mad, Breeze Tones. I love you. Even that is a tight fit. Even that is a fairly tight fit in this Kayfun. I've never had a problem fitting coils inside of a Kayfun until this very moment. But that's basically how it does. Yeah, you need a small coil. Yo, GrimmGreen, what's a good mouth to lung? Juice, non-salt. I'm using the Cali G. Okay, A, good choice on the Cali Burn G. 2, look into Straight Up Supply Co. They make some non-salt high nick stuff for mouth to lung. Unsalted from Matt, SMM. He does the unsalted line. I think it's only available in Canada, though. Deep Cuts, Vinyl and Vapor, does some 12 milligram non-salt stuff. And Turk, M-Turk, does some good 12 milligram. I tried, everyone. It's okay, Breeze Tones. Look, I still love you, and that doesn't mean that I dislike your coils or anything. This Kayfun deck, it's just a little claustrophobic. So we're going to clip these leads as close as you possibly can. And again, just let them go flying wherever you want. That's a problem for future Nick. Even this coil is a tight fit, and that is a 2 millimeter fused Clapton. 2 millimeter fused Clapton in there. From AJ Holland. See if we can get this glowing. Here, look at a liquid bottle. All right, well, we're not going to put this to 50 watts. So we're going to put this to like 11 watts. We're going to attempt to glow these. 2 millimeter coils. I didn't think they would be that big in here, but they just are. Okay. Oh, so they're glowing okay. I got them glowing fairly evenly. It's a bit of a cramped fit, and you can tell on that coil how cramped it is. That's not what a normal coil should look like. You shouldn't have a lead going, you shouldn't have one of your wraps going over the other wrap, and that's why it's creating that dead spot over here. I know Breeze Tones is judging me. You see how this wrap over here is kind of over the other wrap a little bit? It's causing that dead spot right there. Causes the coil to not heat up evenly, causes that last leg to heat up slowly. Anyway, look, we did it. We got it built. Oh, shit. I don't have any cotton. Hang on. Now we can get cotton. Now we can actually do the damn thing. How's everybody doing? You hanging in there? Keeping up? I appreciate you guys coming to hang out. This should be really fun. I'm looking forward to comparing all of these. Yeah, look at that, Breeze Tones. Whew. Look at that, Breeze Tones. Look at that cotton. So Breeze Tones did a great video that he does the bacon roll. See look how flat that one is, Breeze Tones. Look at all those fibers going in the same direction. That's the money shot. That's what you're looking for. I'm going to pre-cut this. Breeze Tones has a great video. I'll link it down in the description for the bacon roll technique of cotton wicking. And he's kind of a genius about it. Yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't. What would you even rate this? Flitzanu. I can add your chat right here, Flitzanu. Look at that. You want to be on my stream, Flitz? Fucking welcome to the stream, bro. New Year, who dis? GrimmGreen, you're on my YouTube. What up, Steam Vape? How you guys doing? Flitzanu's in the chat. Now we're going to pinch off a 2 millimeter portion of cotton. We're going to wick this sucker. I can't see any of the chat. My glasses are off. And I'm going to take a page out of Breeze Tone's book here. We're going to try to wick this without twisting the cotton through, Well, that is pretty damned good. That is snug. God, that felt good. When you guys are building and you get that cotton through and it's like the perfect snug, resistant feeling. God, I love that so much. I'm going to do no cotton fluffing here. We're just going to trim like this. Just push the wicks down to see where they're going to kind of reach the bottom of the cup there. Whoops. Trim them up. Maybe this side's a little bit long and floofy. It gets rid of some of the cotton over here, just a little bit, not much. And then I do the thing... I try to mic vapes this, but I can never do it right. Mike is a wizard, and he grabs his cotton like this. I don't know how he does this. He grabs his cotton from the front and then picks it up and twists it and put it in there. That takes serious skill that I don't have. So I do the thumb technique where I take my scissors and I put them in between here. You see my scissor blade right there? And then I put my thumb over it and I kind of lift the whole thing and I move my scissors out of the way and then I press the cotton in with my thumb. And then I use my scissors to kind of get it the rest of the way in there. That's the only way that I've found to wick a Kayfun easily and quickly. Might be a little bit too much cotton in here too. Dang. Now that actually feels pretty good. It's a little bit snug. You want it bent over and you want the flat side of your cotton just touching the bottom of your juice catch cup. So here, I'm going to try this again. No, don't roll too far, Kayfun cap. I need you, buddy. So let's try this again. Get my fingers out of the way. Scissors under, lift, push, push, push. Here we go. Okay, how many people in the chat right now are saying this is too much cotton? Because I'm one of them. I'm just kidding. I don't think it's too much cotton. I just think I got a little out of hand here. And I'm going to need to thin it while it's in there. And the only way that I know how to do that is to poke holes in it with sharp tweezers like this. See this hot poking action? You can thin out the cotton that way too. You don't have to strum it out. You can poke holes in your cotton, get the threads lined up. Nope, that doesn't make any sense, but you can poke holes in your cotton. All right. Judge that. That's a 4. I'm judging myself. That is a 3 at best on this Kayfun. It's okay. We only have 3 more to quickly wick up. The bummer part about the newest Kayfun is it is still a bottom fill. What? 2021 bottom fill, man. That's kind of a bummer. It's kind of a bummer. All right, hang on. Let me put my glasses. People are yelling at me. You're doing it wrong? Am I chong? I'm not doing it wrong. Am I doing it wrong? What am I doing here then? Am I doing this wrong? I think I'm doing this right. I'm going to poke some more holes in here because this actually works. You know, this isn't something. This is a thing that works. Sort of thin out your cotton. You know, when you aerate like your lawn, your grass, same thing. We're just aerating it. Better wicking than Victor? Look, I'll take that. Sith? Okay. Give me a 7 out of 10. Look, I appreciate that honesty, my man. I really appreciate that honesty. Nepheron, okay. Chasing clouds, and okay. That's fine. You know what? I don't even care. Give me a 5. This will still vape. That just looks like a mess. Look at all that cotton. But vapors are happening. And what we're going to do is just fill this up. The next step literally with this is you have a built, you have a built cap, a built tank. You just fill it up. Blueberry, bro. Blueberry. Ugh. And then we just take the whole mod. We kind of turn it upside down. I'm just going to screw this on here. Look at that magicalness happening. Boop. Kayfun's built. There's even bubbles already happening. Now, I didn't fill it completely up all the way. But now what I can do, 9 out of 10, Wim? Hell yeah, Wim. That's why you're my favorite. That's why you'll always be my favorite. All I'm doing is I felt the airflow and I'd like to tighten it up a little bit. So again, I kind of jam the drip tip in between my fingers here and you hold it. You hold it with great force and you have to push down with pretty good force to get this to twist. Give it one little twist. Try it again. Give it maybe half a more twist. Awesome. Crap. That feels great. That airflow. I've never been able, you could adjust airflow on old Kayfuns, but it was with a screw, and it was never the correct way underneath your coils. But now that we can do that, we're in a whole new ball game right now. And I'm going to need this again to wick the ether. And so I've always loved the Kayfun. I've always liked the open mouth to lung, but I appreciate being able to adjust this airflow and being able to have that open, nice Kayfun mouth to lung vape, but you can tighten it up a little bit if you want to, or you can tighten it up a ton if you want to. Hang on, I'm not going to take any toots yet. Let me take one toot. 13 watts, okay. Oh, it's so good. Holy crap, that's awesome. Oh, look at this. We had a broadcast for TT Vape there. We're going to super chat. Appreciate that, TT Vape. I put the tighter mouth-to-lung screw in my Kayfun Plus. It was $9. I like it tighter. I think they kept it bottom fill because the ACC, from the 19 will work on it. Yeah, I know. I mean, you're making a lot of sense, TT Vape. You're making a lot of sense. But it doesn't keep me from complaining about it just a little bit, you know? It doesn't keep me from complaining about it just a little bit. I would love in 2020 for Svoimesto to release a top fill Kayfun. All right, so here's a look at the ether deck. A little bit more room in there. Not nearly as claustrophobic. You think we can bring this coil back from the dead? I think we can. Let's see what we're running with. Yep. Let's bring this coil back from the dead. That's what we're doing. We're bringing 3 coils back from the dead, basically. We're going to reposition this. Going to re-straighten it. Going to get all that crud off of it. This needs to be screwed down more. Okay. Dang. Look at that. Look how much cleaner that already is. Brought back to life. Just going to straighten this. Ether. So the real reason that the ether is being included in this is because one of my subscribers, Southern Comfort, I never see him on the build streams, but he hangs out on the vlog, and he loves the ether. Just lives and dies for the ether. He's like, I bought 6 of them. They're the best RTA of all time. So I'm thinking, wow, maybe I need to give my ether another shot. That's what we're doing today. I built it. We did it on the build stream not that long ago, and I really enjoyed it. I wouldn't say it's like, you know, a banger mouth to lung, but maybe I need to reevaluate. Maybe I need to reevaluate this little ether RTA here. Same thing, same thing we do for the Kayfun. I just kind of eyeball it and trim. And eyeball it and kind of trim it like that, right? Now maybe we can do the mic vapes thing here, but probably not. We're going to have to stick to the tried and true GrimmGreen method of messing it all up. But the ether has nice little catch cups right there. Beautiful little catch cups. So easy. What's one of the great things about mouth-to-lung vaping is it's easy. It's a single coil deck. It's little catch cups. That's it. You know, you're not doing big series builds or cranking your wattage way up. It's like low wattage, low effort, high reward. So we got the ether going. We're going to put some liquid on this. We're going to fill this one up too. Can vape all of these at the exact same moment. Do you think I can even do it? Don't tempt me. Never tell me the odds. All right, we're going to turn this down. Yep, it's popping. And this, because it has a top fill, because it's 2021, we can just top fill this real quick. Fill it up with the same blueberry. The same blueberry. The ether does get a lot of extra bonus points, in my opinion, for having that like baby bottle style to the tank. I think that's a real slick look for a tank, that like rounded on top. I think aesthetically, the ether is going to be top contender. Let's get this Pioneer. Let's get this Pioneer going right now. This should be the quick part. I'm a big fan of the Pioneer. This is the one that I was using in direct lung mode, but I recently switched out the pin to the 1.5 millimeter. Put the 1.5 millimeter pin under there. Pioneer deck, single coil deck, 2 screws. That's it. It's not rocket surgery. I'm going to need something to build this on. So let's do the drag again, or the Argus again. Okay, we can take you, put you to the side. Did I think ahead? Do I have one device for every tank? I really hope I do. I really hope I do. God, I really hope I do. So let's check the resistance on this. Been meaning to try the ether with direct lung. Haven't been able to move past the mouth to lung. Yeah, I get that way with a lot of atomizers. I got that way with the Pioneer as well. I loved the mouth to lung so hard on it that I didn't even bother with the direct lung. Just like, it's whatever. Like, I'm glad it does direct lung, but I don't care because the mouth to lung is so good. But, you know, you experiment around. I finally got it into direct lung mode, and it was awesome. This one's going to be a little bit more difficult. This coil is Fragile 9000. But it's easy enough to bring back to life. What's the diameter of this son of a bitch? 2.5 millimeters? All right. So I need to pull off 2.5 millimeters worth of cotton here. I think we can do that pretty easily. This one's going to be tough to wick. I have a feeling that when I pull cotton through this, it's going to pull those coils around. Yes, Andrew asking, is the Kayfun still $120? Yes. At least the last time I checked, still $120, man. Which, you know, vape budget hands. Oh yeah, you are gonna fuck up this coil so desperately, I'm going to have to twist you in. Yep, Breeze Tones is just crying right now. Okay. Well, I got that in. This cotton, or this coil, was a little bit on the fragile side. So this is the Pioneer. You know, it's not rocket surgery. Same thing. A lot of these are just going to be the same exact thing. Single coil deck in the middle. You're going to have two little places on the side to put your cotton, and you're good. I'm actually going to trim these cottons down a little bit more. Pioneer, you can use less cotton. And then there's just a little notch right there. A little notch right there. I know I should be thinning this out. I feel like I should be thinning this out. And people are going to freak out. It's okay. That's all I've ever done. Pioneer. Pioneer. I'm going to fuck with this side just a little bit because this side is... that side got a little crazy. Pioneer, Pioneer. That's all you need to do. And that's all there is to it. Put some blueberry on top. Let's check the resistance again. That's right. You know, there's some vapors happening. Yes. Yes. Now, the Pioneer trick is to put your glass or put your plastic on, put your tank on first, and then screw the top down. Just makes your life 1,000 times easier. 2,000 times easier, actually, from what I've heard. Up to and including 2,000 times easier. Okay. So that's on. Second to last tank. We're really cranking through this. Blah. Just fill that Pioneer up, suck a fish. Yeah. Oh my gosh, that is a beautiful vape. It's going to come down to the Pioneer and the Kayfun, man. I think it's really going to come down to the Pioneer and the Kayfun. I love the Dwarf, but I think I like the Pioneer more. And the Ether is kind of here just because, like I said, it's the Ether. It's the Ether. And I want to give it its fair shake. You fluff your cotton with your teeth, Krusty Pickle? That doesn't make any sense. That seems like the least efficient way to do that, man. Okay, here is the Dwarf deck. Now, I got to give a humongous shout out to Vapor Swaggins. I wouldn't have a Dwarf if it wasn't for Vapor Swaggins. I wouldn't have a lot of things if it wasn't for Vapor Swaggins. But this is the Dwarf, and this is all held in with O-rings. You see? Ooh, look at that coil. Think we can bring this back from the dead? On a scale of 1 to 10, rate how gross that is. 12? The most? All gross. Noah, it's cool, man. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you being here. It's all right. The top cap, the chimney part, it's all O-rings. We did this on a build stream. It's kind of dirty in there. Let's give this a little wipe. Let's give this a little wipey wipe because we're trying to get these going. And good. How to fix Snow Wolf M-Fang auto-firing issues? Whoa, I have no idea why you're asking me that so many times. I don't know. I'm not super hip to the M-Fang. I only used one briefly before I gave it away. So I apologize. I'm not more help for you. If anybody else has any 15, yeah. 15 Sith Walker, yeah. It's clean. See, John, he's like, I don't see anything wrong. It's clean. 20. 9,180,000. Yeah, this is dark. This is Turkish Harvest, I think. This is a Turk Juice. But it's okay because look, here's how you get rid of this crap. You just dry burn it. You power through. You give it some, you burn off all this crap. See that crap falling off? And it's beautifully clean again. Even with the dwarf in mouth to lung, even with the dwarf in with round wire in here, next to like a Pioneer with Clapton's, the dwarf still gives amazing flavor. The dwarf is kind of the flavor banger of all of this, just because the chamber on the inside is so small, and the airflow coming from the bottom is a set pin, so you're getting consistent. If you have the 1.2 in there, you're getting 1.2, consistent. Dwarf. It's just a feat of engineering. It's kind of an amazing little RTA. I think this one was a 3 millimeter or 2.5 millimeter. No, we're still at 2 millimeter. All right, let me tear off 2 millimeters worth of cotton bacon. There might be some hot twisting action in here too, Breeze Tones. And this is very much a, I'm going to have to give it a twist, troll doll technique too. Oh, see, it went too far. No, we're good. Okay, we're good. We're good. Whew. So I just cut these with the end of the deck. Boop. So easy. Boop. So easy. You guys say boop when you trim your cotton too? And then this chimney piece has liquid flow cutouts in it. So I'm going to kind of just lift these up. I'm going to put this in here like that. And then I'm going to take a tool. I'm just going to pop these wicks down. It's the troll doll, baby. It's the troll doll technique. And then all I do is position my coil or position my cotton in front of that little window. You're good. You're good to go. Let's get this seated down here correctly. You're good to go. We are cranking away on these RTAs. I am impressed with us. I'm impressed with us. I can't believe we've done this. So let's put some wick. Now, if there's one that's going to flood on me, this one might flood on me. That cotton is, it's a little on the thin side. I'm going to have to do some good housekeeping real quick here. In fact, I'm going to use 2 tools to do this good housekeeping because I want to push that cotton up in front. Yes. Yes. Oh, that worked good, GrimmGreen. All right. Dwarf. Final one. Done. Dwarf is unfortunately, at least the version I have, bottom fill as well. So we're going to do the same thing we did with the Kayfun. It's basically just bleh your liquid into the clear tank, which liquid filling a clear tank looks cool as hell. Come on. Argue with me. You can't. And then, Here, I'm not going to do it that way. I'm going to take this off. I'm going to screw it down on there. We're missing a piece still. I know, we're missing a piece. We're missing a piece. We're missing the critical component, the top. Without this cap, you're not getting very far. You're not going to do anything, actually. So now we can put this together. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Boosh. That's the dwarf built. Maybe we'll leave the dwarf. No, okay. Let's put... Now that we're figuring out where things go, we're almost done. This is the home stretch, dude. We're about to vape all these things. But they were easier than I thought to get going. I thought they were going to be in much worse condition, but they're not. They're in really good condition, so we'll put that there. I'm going to put the dwarf on the Foxy. On the Foxy one. So we have ether on the Argus there. We got dwarf on the Foxy. We got a Kayfun on the mix. And then for the Pioneer, oh, man. Hang on. I have something sitting here. Yeah, okay. For the Pioneer, we have a Chroma with a 510 pin. Bang. Look at all these mouth-to-lung tanks we just did. Now, hopefully they're all going to work perfectly right out of the gate, flawlessly, right? Maybe that's not how this is going to work. Let's be this. What's up, everybody? How you doing? Good to see you again. I have those, the evil eyebrows, you know, from my lights here. What if I point my lights up at me? Ha ha ha! Ha ha ha! Got the evil eyebrows. That's okay. So how's everybody doing? How you guys doing? Good? Okay. Everything's primed. Everything's wicked. Everything's ready to go. And I guess the first thing that I'm going to focus on is the Kayfun Lite Plus 2020 or 2021 with the adjustable pin. I adjusted this pin to feel as close as I could to that Pioneer. It's a little bit more open. It's just a little bit more open than the Pioneer, but I think I like it that way. I think I'm going to leave that right there. Yeah, didn't include the intake MTL today. Good. It's a banger though. It's a good one. You know what? I should have included that today, and I apologize. I apologize to Mike. Go apologize to Mike for me. The intake MTL, very nice MTL tank. Very nice MTL. Kayfun, first things first. 0.4, 13 watts. Let's just give it a couple tries here. It's a wonderful vape. It is a beautifully, wonderfully delicious vape. Flavor's good. The airflow is really nice. I kind of want to fiddle just a little bit and tighten this airflow down just a little bit. But the Kayfun, the newest Kayfun Lite Plus with the airflow adjustment, and I say this about literally every Kayfun that comes out, man, this is the best Kayfun so far. It's got more bells and whistles than any other Kayfun. It's the most newest, bestest, updatedest Kayfun that exists. If you're a Kayfun fan, it's kind of going to be a no-brainer to have like really nice adjustable airflow that you can really tighten down to, I mean, some tight airflow. Oh, that feels good. So I tightened it down just about another half a turn. Just another half a turn. See how it goes. Perfection. That is an incredible mouth to lung. Now, the liquid I'm using today is 12 milligram. It doesn't have a recipe as far as VG content goes, unfortunately. But I'm guessing it's a 60-40 since everything in the world is either a 60-40 or a 70-30. I don't believe this to be a 50-50. If I had my keyboard, I could just let me text Adam here. Adam, Is this blueberry 50/50? Good question. I will get to the bottom of this. I've never had a problem wicking thick liquids inside of a Kayfun. I've vaped pony on acid in a Kayfun. I've vaped 6 milligram pony on acid in a Kayfun, and POA is 90% VG. So I've never really had a hard time wicking liquids inside of a Kayfun. Never had a problem with it. I know, Sergio. Perfection doesn't exist. If I'm talking about mouth to lunging though, this is coming pretty damn close to perfection right now. It's the Kayfun. It's everything I love about the Kayfun. It's the flavor, it's the draw, it's the deck, except now I can stiffen up the airflow a little bit, and you can really, if you are like crazy anal about your airflow, you can really dial in this airflow to you could give it a little, just a few millimeters of a turn, and it'll go up just that much, and it'll change your airflow just that much. You can really dial in your airflow on this new Kayfun. I have really enjoyed this. I've really enjoyed this. This is one of those RTAs, like, if you don't own a Kayfun and you've never had a Kayfun, this would be a great one to start with. Great one to start with. It's got an easy deck. You just build it and wick it, adjust that pin, and you can experience the Kayfun, the Kayfun mouth to lung, which is to say, this is one of, if not the first high-end mouth to lung tank that existed way back in 2012, 2011. And they've been consistently tried and true. Consistently tried and true. Yeah, stands here. You missed all the fun vape stuff. All right, the next one I think I want to take a look at now that I've enjoyed, this tastes exactly like it did before I rewicked it. I was vaping this morning with this same liquid. Maybe the airflow was a little bit more open, but it's delightful. It is a reliable banger. I'm not really ever going to say anything bad about the Kayfun other than, damn it, why isn't it top fill? And damn it, fix that that one O-ring in the chimney. But it's the Kayfun, and it's working great. Now, I personally really want to give another shot to this ether because it doesn't have the close down the airflow underneath the coil. This only has close down the airflow at the exterior AFC, which IMO does not translate very well into an incredible mouth to lung experience. Vapor Swaggins, huge shout out to you, Vapor Swaggins. I saw you here because of this. Because we we wicked the Dwarf. We're comparing everything to the new Kayfun right now. No, I'm just kidding. Not including the new Evolve Reflex, because it's, but we'll get to that in another video. 12 watts, 0.67 on the ether, same blueberry. Pretty tight. I got that airflow right there. It's like one little hole. Feels tighter than the Kayfun for sure. How is that hole tighter than the Kayfun? Wow. All right, we're going to leave it on that hole. Here we go. Ether with the blueberry. It's good. It's not as good of flavor as the Kayfun. Instantly I noticed the difference in flavor. Almost instantly. Might need a little bit more wattage in there too. Almost instantly I noticed there's an insert for the ether. There is an insert for the ether? Shut up. Hang on a second. Hang on a second. Hang on. I find that questionable. Yeah, look, you could be right. You're probably right. Oh, look, there is inserts for the ether. There is. Oh, that's right. It's those tiny little fucking things that come with their own teeny tiny little O-rings. Well, damn. I put what insert do I have in there now? Yeah, because the airflow isn't really changing with the exterior airflow. It's not getting really any tighter unless I really crank it down. Okay, I don't know what insert I have in here, Frames. I don't. I literally don't. Hi, I'm new here. I don't know what insert I have in here. It's the same one that was in there during whatever one I put on the build stream. Here's the thing. These inserts are the tiniest. Can you see this? Look at that little insert with its own teeny tiny little O-ring. Tiny, teeny little O-ring. That is kind of crazy. That is kind of crazy. One thing that annoys me about the ether is the drip tips. When I vape mouth to lung, I like a thin drip tip. I just do. It's why I have this Ultem tip or this Peak tip on the Pioneer right there. I just like small drip tips, narrow drip tips for mouth to lung. And the ether doesn't come with small drip tips. It only comes with giant drip tips. So I'm going to try to find a smaller drip tip to put in here. Will you work? Yeah, you will. Look at that nonsense. That's cool as fuck on there. All right, so ether. Spongy. Airflow is spongy. Flavor is good. Not quite Kayfun level. Okay, yeah, the ether is great. The ether kind of does... The ether does that thing that... This is going to be the weirdest thing I've ever described, you guys, and I just want you to know that I'm aware of how bizarre this sounds. I'm aware of this. But the ether does that thing in mouth to lung that I love, that I would describe as like a rubber band type of effect. Have anybody thought about this? Rubber band type of effect. And the idea is, like, picture in your head, like, pulling a rubber band and then slowly letting it collapse again on itself. Pulling a rubber band and then slowly letting it collapse on itself. Like, it takes some effort to get it going, right? But to let it collapse on itself, it's just nothing, right? It doesn't take any effort. It's actually pulling against you. Some mouth-to-lung RTAs, the old Kayfuns do this, the ether does this. You can start your drag, mouth-to-lung drag, and then like halfway through, you just stop dragging and you kind of let the atomizer do the work. It feels like you pulled a rubber band and then you're just letting the atomizer sort of fill your mouth with vapor. It's like this rubber band effect, and it's a feeling. It's a feeling when you're vaping. Try it. I want you to be, Stan, I'm being serious here. Listen, the next time you try mouth to lung, just think of a rubber band extending and slowly retracting when you take a vape. And I know that's a terrible description of how this feels. But you can do that thing where you pull and then you let off your drag a little bit, and it'll keep, the residual pressure will kind of keep pulling. Like better than a rubber band. Better than a rubber band. Syringe, okay? Think of a syringe. You take an empty syringe, you compress it all the way down, and you submerge it in like water, and then you pull up on the syringe handle, and you can pull it all the way to the top, but then the syringe slowly fills up, right? That's how I picture certain mouth-to-lung RTAs. I take a drag, I pull the plunger up, and then it'll slowly fill up without using much of my facial muscular effort. This is the weirdest, this is the dumbest thing I've ever described. Trust me. Try this, Alex B. Just think about it. Yeah, you've created a negative pressure differential. Did I do that? That's just what it feels like. Is that what I'm describing, Neferon? Is a negative pressure differential? That's what it feels like to me. 0 equals 0. So ether. I can give this a few more pulls before we wrap this up and get onto the dwarf there. We've already been going way over an hour, so I profusely apologize for that. It's yeah. Think of a rubber band relative description. Yeah, think of a rubber band or think of like a syringe, and that's how it feels when I vape the ether. It's how I feel when I vape certain mouth to lungs like the ether, or if it has to be the right like 1 millimeter or 1.2 millimeter airflow underneath the coil to really get that like rubber band effect. You know, vacuum release that could be playing into it. I'm just saying, like, that's how it feels when I vape it, is I feel like I can take a hard drag at first and then completely let off the gas, and the RTA will do the rest of the work for me. Okay, ether. Let's see if I'm going to start ranking these. Hang on, I can't rank these yet. Let's get to the dwarf here. You fucking dwarf. I haven't had the dwarf in a long time, so we're going to see how this goes. Same blueberry. Shut up. That's great. The dwarf is great. The little round wire, it's giving me crackles in there. The dwarf is one of those negative pressure tanks, like, that I can feel like I take a drag and then let the RTA do the majority of the work. Holy crap. I didn't think the dwarf was going to stand up that high. This is going to be difficult. Okay, finally, we're going to vape the Pioneer with the 1.5 millimeter airflow. This is a 0.8. We just saw it happen. I'm going to turn this wattage down to 14 watts. Chroma Z with 510 on there. Pioneer time. Oh, this is tight. Tight. Oh, shit. Yeah, the Pioneer is the biggest offender of the rubber band in a really good way. The rubber band is a positive feeling. Positive feeling when you're taking that drag, that rubber band feel. Man, it just feels good. PSS says that I need to try the Dwarf DL version. It's just as freaking good. Is it? I've heard that. I really want to try the Dwarf direct lung version. All right, so if I have to rank these, which I don't want to do, I don't want to rank these. That Pioneer is banging, okay? Okay, these all have the same flavor in them. Let me give them one last evaluation, and then we're going to rank them. Okay? That sounds good to me. Lots of people like the dwarf. I like the dwarf. Please wick the intake and then do a compare. You really want me to do the intake real quickly? I don't even know where it is. Hang on. Okay, I can't do the intake. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I don't know where my intake is. I don't know where it is. Hang on. It might be over here. One last chance. Nope. Shit. Okay. I don't know where my intake is, and I apologize. Damn it. I apologize. I should have had the intake up here. I don't know where it is. Let me give one last vape. I know. Look, the intake is really good. It's just not included today. We'll do another mouth to lung because look, we still have, let's do the intake and the tripod, right? Intake, tripod, and the Cograta and something else. I'll find some other, I can't find my intake. Let me look. bitch. It could be any number of places. It could be any number of places. It could be in my closet. It could be in my desk. It could be in the bathroom getting cleaned. I have no idea where my intake is, and I apologize. But look what I found. The Ivo mouth to lung, that's crappy, and the Manta mouth to lung. So maybe we'll put the intake against the Ivo and the Manta and the dwarf, or not the dwarf, the tripod. I promise we'll get the intake up on the... We'll get the intake. Okay. Let me do one last run through of the 4 RTAs that I've set up. Kayfun Lite Plus 2020. This is the newest version with the AFC pin. It rocks. Hard. It's delicious. It's delightful. Oh, no, I'm not muted. Who said I was muted? Matthew, you lunatic? Yeah, we can throw the Aries 2 in there too. Obviously, I'm not going to be able to compare every mouth-to-lung tank that's on the market. Okay, the Kayfun, that is kicking ass. The problem is all of these kick ass. Okay, that Pioneer rules. Okay, Ether's last on the list. The Ether's not holding up. I think the intake is better than the Ether. I think all of these are better than the Ether. Unfortunately, the Ether is landing on the lowest spot on the totem pole, only because the airflow is crazy spongy. Like crazy spongy in a way that I don't want airflow to be crazy spongy on a mouth to lung. It's given me some nice flavor. Not as good as the Kayfun. Certainly not as good as the Pioneer. So Ether's last on the list. Dwarf. The Dwarf's the wild card, man. I don't know where the Dwarf's going to last. The Dwarf is awesome. Okay, this is difficult. This is really hyper difficult. Fake news, recount, rebuild, rewick, start the stream over. If I had to pick the Ether versus the Dwarf all day long. Dwarf up the butt. Dwarf's great. The Dwarf and the Pioneer, the Dwarf over the Ether all day. Look, I like the Ether. I like it. I'm enjoying it. And it's real nice. But it is last on the list. I legitimately think the Pioneer is going to be at the top. I need to hydrate real quick because way too much nicotine. I still love you too, Eric. That's the great thing about being an adult human is that you can disagree with people and still be, cool or whatever. Okay, so Ether is 4th place. I think this is how it's going to go down, and I can't believe this. I think, all right. Okay, I'm going to line these up. We're going to line these up, baby. First place. Who saw that coming? Pioneer? Are you kidding me? First place. Pioneer. I didn't see that coming either. This Pioneer, it's just spectacular. Really super easy to build and wick. Machining on it's beautiful, fit and finish. It's got that nice skinny drip tip that I like. The vape experience I'm getting from this Pioneer is top notch in a close close fucking second place. The new Kayfun. The new Kayfun and the Pioneer are right now neck and neck for first place. Neck and neck for first place. I legitimately could go back and forth and vape the Pioneer once and go, nope, that's it. And then vape the, the Kayfun and just go, oh no, now that's the best one. Now that's the best one. I just keep going back and forth. First place, I think, is going to go to the Pioneer. Also, first place is the Kayfun. Shortly, just kind of behind the Kayfun, just a little bit. I'm using the 1.2 millimeter Kyler in the Pioneer. It's pretty tight. It's pretty tight. This is a close race for first place. This is a truly close race for first place. I have to give a huge credit to the Pioneer for being one of the only mouth-to-lung RTAs that I've come across that has sort of dethroned the Kayfun a little bit. Just went, hey, scoot over there because I'm almost just as good as you, damn it. I might be a little bit better than you, damn it. Dwarf's second place is the Dwarf, but only by a little bit. It's more like this. It's more like the Dwarf and the Kayfun on top of each other, and then the Pioneer, and then the Ether coming in third. Like this is how the rankings shake out. Just like that. At the end of the day, all of these mouth to lungs are kind of bangers. They're all going to give you real nice airflow. The Ether's a little bit spongy, but I don't want to get into that. We can agree to disagree. The Dwarf had round wire in it. The Dwarf is the only one that had round wire in it, and I think that if that Dwarf had some Breeze Tones Claptons in it, it could completely annihilate the Kayfun. Wish the Kayfun was on a normal mod. Could completely annihilate the Kayfun. But the ranking goes, ready? 1, 2, there. Then the Ether's kind of floating out here just a little bit. That's the permanent final ranking. First, second, third, fourth. But damn it, remember that at the end of the day, it doesn't matter what you're vaping as long as you're not smoking cigarettes. Really? Like, that's all we have to do. Not smoke cigarettes. All of these are bangers. I have a ranking for them. I'm going to take the Pioneer right now and just vape the crap out of it because it's been delightfully awesome. I don't think I'm going to be able to get timestamps or chapters into this, although I'm going to try my freaking best. But if you are up on the fence about a mouth-to-lung RTA and you're like, oh, Pioneer, Ether, Kayfun, use this video. Do some research and figure out what you want. If you land on the Ether, I'm not going to judge you. Nobody's going to judge you because it's a great RTA. Is it my favorite of the four? No, it's not my favorite of the four, but it's a damn good mouth-to-lung. Same. 1.2 pin and that Pioneer, bro. Yeah, frames. Breeze Tones makes mouth-to-lung Claptons as well. So, yeah, basically, Ian, what this comes down to is the great thing about vaping is you can vape however you want and with whatever you want, and nobody can say anything because you're not smoking cigarettes. That's vaping. You can use a Pioneer, and it'll be great. Kayfun's going to treat you nice. An Ether's going to treat you nice. A Dwarf, if you can track one down, going to treat you real nice, even with round wire in it. But this is scratching me right where I itch because I've just been on a mouth-to-lung kick lately, and that's where we're leaving it. That's where we're ending it. So that was MTL Build Stream number 1. We picked 4 mouth-to-lung RTAs and just fucking built them and wicked them and vaped them and did all the things. And that's all. I guess that's it. I guess we're gonna end this build stream here, you guys. Can you restrict drag lung RDL? Yes. Woot. Some of these, if you open up the Kayfun all the way, you can get a little bit of a restricted lung on it. Ether, you can definitely get a nice restricted lung on it. The Pioneer has airflow inserts for restricted lung, and the Dwarf comes in a restricted lung version. This Dwarf is strictly mouth to lung. The only thing that I've ever come across in mouth to lung that I would say avoid, someone asked, what would you avoid for mouth to lung? There's only been one mouth to lung RTA that I haven't really dug, and that was the Reload. The Reload mouth to lung kind of bummed me out, especially when you're trying to stack it up next to things like the fucking Pioneer or the Kayfun and the Ivo. Go watch my Ivo review of that mouth to lung, and that was a... So there you go, guys. Appreciate you guys coming out. Feels good to be back on YouTube, back in the saddle a little bit. We are going to do Tuesday Bro News Day tomorrow. We're going to do a big catch-up show, like what the hell's been going on. Bills have been passing and bans have been passing, and we've just been celebrating Christmas. So it's time to jump back into that fun arena of vaping, which is advocacy, and that's what we're going to be doing tomorrow. And then I'll be back here Thursday for the vlog, you guys. And I'm really excited about the vlog this week. I think it's going to be real fun. I got this new streaming software that is giving me just a hard time, but I still think we're going to crush the vlog. If you guys are here today, go ahead and give that like button just a big old click, just a big old smash. That would really help me out. Eric, you heard that the Ratabi Type 2 is a nice restricted direct lung? It is. I mean, I'm not here to brag about that, but it is. Much love to you as well, Breeze Tones. Appreciate that. Appreciate you too, Logan. Super chats. Oh, shit. Did I miss some super chats? Yeah, I did. TT Vape. What did you have to say there, TT Vape? I put the mouth-to-lung screw in my Kayfun Plus. It was like $9. I like it tighter. I think they kept the bottom fill. That's right. That's a good, yeah, I agree with that, and I like that that's how you rock your Kayfun. Ian, Happy New York. Happy New York. Happy New York to you too, Ian. Kyler, have you had a chance to try the intake? Yep, we did a build stream a few weeks ago. Awesome. Oh, yeah, and you got the tech mod. Well, consider me jealous, Kyler. Consider me jealous. All right, you guys. Well, let's go ahead and wrap this up. Appreciate you guys coming out. God damn it, it's just fun to hang out with you guys and get back and doing some vape fiddling and building and wicking, and best of all, not smoking cigarettes. That's really the big takeaway from today. Don't smoke cigarettes. Vape well and vape often. Vape often. As for me, I've got 4 amazing mouth-to-lung tanks in front of me, so my day is pretty much set. Thank you guys, seriously, so much for coming out. Have a good evening. Have a good night. Let's get into 2020. Let's get rowdy, Let's get rowdy in 2020. Cheers, guys. We'll talk real soon, and I'll see you when I see you. Appreciate you. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. Remember that no matter what literally anybody tells you, here or in the chat or anywhere on the internet, vaping is way, way, way safer for you. Something like 95% less harmful than burning deadly combustible tobacco cigarettes and just inhaling just a smoke-filled carcinogen mess into your mouth. Yeah, vaping is way better, way healthier. Don't listen to me, listen to the science. And no matter what is in your hand, even if it's a foxy one with a dwarf, you guys out there, you keep on vaping, okay? Greetings from the United States, not Nils. Happy New Year, you guys. We're just getting started. This is where the fun begins. Fuck yeah, we're getting rowdy in 2020. Anyway, I love you guys. Be excellent to each other. Peace.